Always had a way for calling out for harsh duties and had a big responsibility. So I never avoided handling toys as a child to handling responsibility. I never knew how much attention cost because society couldn't afford to pay attention to me. Society take away your laptop with crown, your they crown, your tomorrow to be like up and down, not to cry, just frown. I never knew smiling was a facial expression for both genders. You know, the street pressure us and call us back because it's not like doing for pressure, it's bad. But we have to do some boys in the street that was very forced to end around on the street. So immediately they came back to start to put claws into their hands. Society never believed we would be sexually abused. They never saw us as victims, only because. I guess that's why the mostly name guy, because how many people in the house? You see, they never saw us as prey, only predators. Forgetting that the predator will bring us into a predator, another predator, so they target us as women predators, bringing our enemy to speak up to be all empty predator bottles. But unlike empty bottles that made the loudest noise, society found a way to bury our voice so that if we head so we couldn't speak up. Because so many fight in the graveyard, so we shh. Yes, I know the men are the heads, but we shouldn't be treated like we are headsmen. I know society is a hospital that see women as emergency patients, so they always attend to them first. You hear things like ladies first before gentlemen. We even address the crowd as ladies and gentlemen. I'm not saying it's wrong. Neither am I saying that a man should be treated like a woman. All I'm just saying is that a man should be treated like a human. And that's it.
Two plus two makes four. Manpower plus manpower makes the world. So why not put one leg when you can run with both legs? Or have you forgotten that Holland on their get shot with John Brown? The right thing that we need going to Kenya that this has nothing to do with gender. So when I speak of gender equality, I said can our all because if I add it two and two, can we ignore all odds to achieve equal? Can we create a safe space for women who cannot just deliver? Can your masculinity allow a feminine spread between beyond the confines of the kitchen? Can we stop making women survivors of office politics and specific actions like people's of war? Can an ambitious woman win and not become a war? Can we be women in politics and not build a wall? Give evidence to the echo children, come on, give praise on their children. For she is the pillar that holds the architecture of humanity. She is the rain that waters the soil before roots the trees. She is the tree that cannot see people on marshlands that threatens our inheritance. Give the woman power and increase balance. The change that is not by actions and not mere words. For a woman's heart is a bird, beating, always beating like a drum. Can the world really hear a song? The woman's heart is a fertile ground, flowing with milk and honey. The woman's prayer is a decree, and even nature agrees when she speaks. So dear women, our bellies are really partnership is going to keep the universe moving. We need to stop treading on each other's feet and not secure security. For how long will our homes continue to be slaughterhouses to our trees? We have sacrificed enough. Dear society, let our girls grow into women before you make women of them. Let this innocent shield their drive for success. The first period does not put a stop to their childhood someplace. Let their laughter echo from their father's compound and not their own and credits for a real past under. You could listen to a video motivation that uses poetry, but not until something is done. So listen up. Give the woman next to you more than home. Give her opportunities. Give her education. Give her a life of fulfillment that will make her joy run over. Empower her shoulders to stand tall everywhere and in which. Let us build a system that will not just share the loss of all such revolutions. Such ruthlessness, such callousness. Why is about worthiness of whiteness? But I would bear witness to how hard you pushed. When I spat at the pain and fell to your demand, you did not see this coming, but this is the woman you graced. All the dignity I knew you had graced. They say, woman, this comes from top, but I became a woman at 8. Oh, please stop. You packed me so hard that it takes to kill. So hard to paint the secret. I don't know what music, I'll make you feel there are so many things. How do I break my feet? Who will tell me all about she's not a little girl to take this bed? Like a portion of speaking bread. Make stand still. I wasn't woman enough that my mother was a crown. And I was broken. I am a carrier of HIV. I got my mother's birth. 3 years after the death of my elder brother, she went back to the institution. As a mother of two, she didn't like to fall on her shower, so she sat up again and I would tell her up. We had a busy lifestyle of almost which and this shameful act was followed. She came up one day vomiting blood. She thought it wasn't from because it was. A few months after my mother's death, we got broke and so my brother. Especially the business people. We didn't want to act as it's very and laptop. And you know laptop inside FUK or one thing is premier. And they started by old man carrying calabash junction. Where some snake on the floor jumped up and calabash fell on his head as I speak. My brother held the jeans, him off the streets. And when he watched the old man asked what to do, his words broke into one piece that you can imagine. You think I get worse than this, but pressure gets worse out. When my son said my album fire and said I gave him HIV and no one asked how? How did it get to become millions so big? You think I get worse? Pressure gets worse out. Now all of a sudden, set my album to fire. Thank you. I am so impressed that mistake my breathing movements. So me trying to keep myself just an antidote to stay alive. The preacher says heaven is up there. Which means if you look at earth from God's perspective, we are already living in hell translation. My body is burning for death and its fire will to flinch. I diagnosed myself with trauma. And instead of therapy, my mother prescribes prayer. But music speaks louder than prayers. So I begin to write worship songs using blunt razors, striking my flesh again and again till my blood hits the ground. Right note. I have never been a perfectionist, but my demon has a God complex. Calls me a black sheep, says there's got to be something wrong with me, something so abnormal my God walked away from me. If you think breakfast hurts so bad, wait until your cheek proves the meal. You eat your heart broken and bleeding head, it washes itself down your throat. My parents are so religious, they think Thomas Edison was a Catholic. When my mother found me in a pool of my blood, she anointed my head with oil so bad at the chemistry of things. And doesn't know she is breathing this blood to flourish, to bloom in dark corners, in graves, even in churches and therapy. It's not expensive, I wonder. How long would it take for the Messiah to walk into my mother's eyes and make her see that my mental decline does not need exorcism, that the sign of the cross will stop my anxiety from nailing me to a ceiling fan, that I am at a crossroads, stuck between dining with my ancestors in death or living for home. They say God seeks friendship within a veiled temple. But I am an open vessel hungry for miracles, Mother. My days are mutated into water. I do not know how to swim. I do not know how to drown either. Please, save me, save me.
Not enough. My prison, irony, and fun are like songs to the ears that vibe to my lines for fun. And my lines are not enough to change the heart of going towards Abraham, because now Moses hates on Musa, Jesus prays on Isa, and the light fight against God in the name of Allah. And the gospel of Christ is sounded like crisis, because pastors from Holy Ghost fire as if they are in worship. The clerics are clerics to our unity, profit, and of prophesying when it's not profiting. I said I would never write poetry anymore. Because my lines are not enough to make it be broken by the borders in our head. Because silence is the voice in our head when our brothers have led by another brother, same blood, different shade of black. Like Obina and Aisha who fall in love with the murder, but the elders who know better would say, the chief and the king are not the same. They do not live in the same sky. I said I would never write poetry anymore. But last night when the news had my brother had been shot down. With the bullet came from the world like, they, those people, them. So I picked my stinging pen. Dip my tongue in rage, load my life in an influence, like a soldier in a war for fighting. So, well being hijab is not confused for a pair of minutes. So, hate and division are not candidates in the next election. So, that's why they're not expected to be after the heads of men. So, the eyes are shot in prayer, I'm not afraid of being prayed. By a dead ball, holding a gun, ready to aim, and fire.
Wọ́n ní àyè ìṣọ̀lá àwùjọ ọ̀fẹ́rẹ́ tí kí agbábága fún mi ìjòyè owó ìjòyè a máa rọ́ kẹ̀rẹ́ tí kí èrè nípa bá pa èmi àní àyè ìṣọ̀lá ìrówólówó fẹ́ ní pánilọ́tílọ́ ìfẹ́ àyè pẹ̀ fún tí ò lè parun kí ni mo sáré ọlá ọlá tọ́jọ́ ọlá àti bá bọ́ lójú ẹ̀mí gbogbo abúlé sígbà kí ni bá a jẹ ìyẹn ní oṣù ọlá tó lé ní tèmi ògùn àgbáyé oríkókè àrídí àjíjá ṣàbí adébísí ẹ̀yìn igi lẹ́yìn ọgbà tó rọ́bà yìí táwọn ní wípé fi jí wà láwùjọ rẹ̀ wá sí iṣẹ́ ẹ̀yìn ìdí àkọ́kọ́ tó pọ̀ láti kò ní gbàgbà ní kòkò èmi ní ti ní tòótọ́ ẹ̀yìn sì ní tèmi tòótọ́ kí wọ́n wá the women I love. So to the women I love, I believe the concept of love being blind is a dubious statement. Because the last time I checked, we all never agreed to agree with the fact that saying is believing, and I never placed my hands on braille before I fell in love with you at first sight. So I won't go to one broad demon with a clean for the next 9 to 6 feet before I stand on this list to sing your challenges in praises instead of dirties. If your body is a temple of worship, I will wake up every day to break free from funeral.
Are we still poor? We'll be courageous enough to rest well on the pain and make ourselves a pain poor. But blame her. This is what makes the emotional heading for my good part to be. But the last time we rested well was almost a rest in pieces. On Friday, we got him at Haji. He used 2 days next to be a suspect. On other days, he is a monster. Very energetic to make mind of prey, not be a prey for the predator of the philanthropic pedophile. So like Stockholm syndrome. If she breaks the silence, they say she's not a victim. Call our attention seeker, or if you won't be a hungry poor for pretty personalized philanthropic privileges like the Senate. When she stays silent, they say she is promiscuous. Well, now I'm not 24 hours to make people like Alhaji and philanthropy. So allegedly, like Daniel and the Lions, then what was good for this Reggie was never good for that Mendy. And what was good for this food was never good for that Ganda. So the propaganda makes an election demand that less of the power.
I'm your leader. This is my name, and I was spoken word poverty. You see, in Africa, in Nigeria, there's a song on everyone's lips, the word brother. One that their mouth never failed to utter each time they are asked this, especially when they are not. The Nigeria I want is no. Not the sleeveless Nigeria where nothing is funny anymore, but the sleeveless Nigeria where things don't have to be the yokes anymore, not even the yokes anymore, where Nigerians' relationship with Nigerians is not one unequally yoked anymore, say no more. Crash of a button is a mistake, but the pulling of the trigger by an officer is the real stake in Nigeria we want. The Nigeria we want might take after richer from criminal government and poorer people, but rich government and rich people, and although the poor always be amongst us. It will be us to make them populous in Nigeria we want you, we can raise our voices loud, not to speak yet, leave and make sure it's free not to reach the big about big. I lost the part. Still so vivid to me, I remember I was just 12. I was so 40 years, so I steadied my breath and held back my tears. As much as I wanted to protest, these are my elders, they look better than me, so I just held it in, steadying my breath, in, out, and part of it. I didn't wake up the same person. I had the pain press for woman. This one really was very heavy. My little mommy was all my mother could say to feel the emptiness in me. I looked at my mother and started asking so many questions like, why? I got the answers in my mother's mouth. My mother, her mother, her mother, had all murdered the same tradition, had also murdered her. The irony of it, this was supposed to make me weak, but I still felt so pure crying on my hands. This is something no child can endure. Who am I to approach tradition? How do I tell them this is wrong? How do I speak up for women that have perfectly safe starlight law? How do I fight for reconciliation free law for the ones on board? Who am I to approach tradition? Thank you.
I received a call from sleep last night, and she told me I might be leaving Nigeria very soon. I was like, what? She said, listen, children are wading into the heart of the dark. Echoes are reaching our ears from the north like sound waves from the disturbing side. Now, thank God you're about my heart will please be still, but tomorrow comes new young now. Boko bones have done boko bones. Dancers swaying body dance. Bullets are running fast into the heart of many still from the Sahel. But it's really smile. Anyway, let me finish with my own super. So there is some sweet smoked fish there. I couldn't rest. The house of the Lord is not called the house of thoughts. Thoughts will be joys for the children of the Most High God. Help you for my petition and relation to my problems and problems alone. Anyways, when tomorrow comes, I will think on that. But now, my good night rest for that. In the era of social competitions, to the winners and losers of the worthless positions, in a land of many cries of our burial brothers, we are all sent to Coventry. And wolf this not better than nothing. Anyways, when one comes, I'll think on that, but now, I come and rest. Then she told me, then will come one fateful night when men may have given their minds to that beautiful dark seducer called night. Thank you.
Some, they don't deserve to be on the surface. I How dare you challenge us? Let's take him out. Accept our sacrifice, God. This is our sacrifice, God. Mirror, mirror, who is the ugliest of them all? The heart of man, they say, is desperately wicked. As a little girl, I never understood why we were told not to follow strangers. I just knew we had to obey mommy and daddy. But once I heard my friend Sarah was picked up from school by a man who called himself her uncle. And 3 days later, she was found butchered on the streets. That was my first knowledge of the anatomy practice, not in the biology lab, but on the street. And the subject was my own friend. What is smile? What is kindness? Are always the masters for hiding evil that lies beneath? Are those expressions even real? Am I just like them Eve? I put on a smile like the Joker. Questions are that is by itself running through a child's mind. The streets, our cities, our schools, religious organization, and even our homes are the battlefields. And the one wielding the weapons are our own kind. Our training for this very battle began a very long time. A detective training that asks no requirements. Your existence alone is the cut of man. And your ability to survive out there is the best certificate you can ever get. The animals gathered meeting the other day, and the subject matter was mankind. And all they had was mockery on their faces. You see, reverse is the case now. They are the spectators, and we are the characters. A soul greater than wildlife itself. A soul greater than wildlife itself.
Let's from now, in a room much like this one, in the company of friends I get to know, I will speak your name. I will curl my lips around with vowels, punch the air with its consonants. I will feel the weight of silence slip from my chest as I dump the burden of your memory at their feet. I will watch as they pick up the pieces, raise them to the light, turning them over again and again, fingers tracing the cracks on our relationship. Like the many sleepless nights I spent wondering whose bed you had chosen over mine this time. The early morning showered excuses followed by a healthy serving of empty promises. I will watch as their faces fold into a question, and to their knitted brows and wrinkled foreheads I will speak my father's name. I will raise my arms and show them that I did not inherit my mother's bruises. That when my father loved with both fists, you loved with open arms, even if they were open to every woman that looked your way. I stayed because my father made empty promises too, except to serve them to my mother with a side of half-hearted apologies that he repeated every time the devil decided to use him again, to color my mother's body in different shades of black and blue to remind her that their marriage was a blood covenant. Their marriage was a blood covenant. And one day my mother bled out on the kitchen floor, clutching her wedding ring in her palm as though to say, here, this is the thing that killed me. The weapon fashioned against me that finally prospered. So when you broke my heart, I stayed because at least it was not a broken rib or a crushed collarbone or a fractured arm. I stayed because at least you are not my father, or so I thought.
In my home, when we burn the midnight candle, it is to bury our friends. Flip through pages of our despair to learn new ways of living without tears. Yeah, we walk the street with the Lord's Prayer in our back pockets and Psalm 23 on our lips. Two-factor authentication because the checkpoint is only a fancy word for valley of the shadow of death, and an officer who was under the sun is the closest synonym to an abusive boyfriend with a mood swing and a gun. Don't you see? Look what everybody can do on this street will get you killed. Don't you see? Tina is a break. Iloya Chijoke, Daniel Shibike. Every time a 5-feet boy plays for greater heights, he ends up in a 6-feet grave, and I'm tired. On average, the human body holds approximately 60% water. So when the sea level rises beyond usual, we know another boy has been dumped in the river. Know that contribute climate change is only an extension of our trauma. Know that somewhere on the ocean floor there is a collection of black holes decomposed into flowers. Flowers. They never had the chance to smell the day they're still alive. So when my president tells me to sing Nigeria with AD and my tongue revolts, I wonder if he knows I do not mean to be unpatriotic. But that life of compatriots is the last piece of memory I have of my people who died, asking to live, and as long as I live, I look down, continue.
Where are you from? Nigeria, I guess. Yes. Because my childhood built his home on peacefully. Wedding in Wakefield on a weekend. Lovely, small, comes to cool, covered England. My childhood was like any other Englishman, but then he was kidnapped, killed, and buried in the womb. Meanwhile, plane landings can be terrifying, especially when it feels like you'll never be able to fly again. Grounded, and to now stop trying. It's over. This is where dreams die. You hear the news, it's just like just in, around eternity, insecurity, corruption, no life, bad roads, uncivilized, now that's an uncivil lie. I think my childhood had to die for me to learn the problems of this place and at least be partially traced to the rape of civilizations. I'm from a nation that needs therapy. Soil suffers from PTSD. This land shook hands with empires like royal giants in the north, who swallowed in south, and traded technology beneath, built walls so high, spoke to the sky, all burnt to the ground. Ironically, by the same country that gave me this accent. But if they ask me again, where are you from? I'd say it's pronounced Balogu. And I wouldn't guess. I'm stressed each syllable of Nigeria. This is where I am from.
And a land that spilled blood at every dawn like divinely sacrifice of gods be happy. Independence. I think that's what they call invincible chains. Shackles that come with suit and tie, things like with silklets. In a soil where safety is a dream, then you will. Independence. To the guy whose heart was dashed open like Moses parted the Red Sea. Independence. To the ones hanging in the road because mandates can document their body in red. Independence. To the kids that no longer go to school because friends my mind train to their sport. Independence. To the man that goes to bed to machete because we require God to come in and restore. Independence. To the souls that went to bed as flesh, woke up as toast, where was it? Bodies. Independence. To the villages whose farmlands have become wasteland. Independence to the lands of Hunger Games. Yeah. There is minimum South Africa. Freedom of speech is not for the figure of speech after they flattened us with bullets when we spoke against the system that treated us like criminals. But criminals that hold by an RPG-7 deserve a voice at the table with their mates. A circle is for this, and we are the placeless clowns with different shade of misery. The puppet master of extreme art, and we are just here for the entertainment. What can I say? Take this however you may. On that note, happy Halloween to us. Sorry, my bad. Happy Independence.
How do you tell a man with a noose around his neck to hang on the gates? And yet another soldier has messed around with sniper. Ladies been craving for peace, just have his peace too. So much problems, iron out, got pressing issues. They say he has anger issues. They say his life was hanging on the thread. But now life hangs on the rope. Speaking to and fro like a punch bar after receiving heavy blows. They say he has anger issues. Nobody told us time pushing to the wall. Now he's still on every wall. Gone too soon. They say there are 1,000 ways to die. But being a man is always to die in 1,000 times. But always at the end of the rope, life has been the top of war. We haven't yet been the truth. We tell us how we'll be on drugs. But sadly, down enough and take the trauma, though I've never been this trauma done enough. The name of our forefathers have always been our veins. They say silence is cause we dig the ground 6 feet deep enough to go find. It's insane. Our men are becoming few. The grown beings as angels, bold enough to call themselves gay bros, hiding in coats of many colors, they'd rather be sold into slavery. I had James was a strong follower of Jesus, but James couldn't carry this cross. Like there's too much colors that make James brown. And then our blood becoming women, and women go through our periods too. We that our brains that nowadays the God is names and products too. Yes, we cry too. What expects us to become almighty formulas, but how do we solve this mental massacre from the angle of depression? So do we still check up on men when they are at their last part? Or do we have to wait for one who is dead and gone to the grave? Do we still hug them before they hug Transformers? Or do we have to wait for another shocking news? Do we still catch them when their life is hanging on the thread? Or do we have to wait till it's hanging on the rope? Because if Solomon Grundy was born on a Monday, Christy on Tuesday, married on Wednesday, took ill on Thursday, grew worse on Friday, died on Saturday, and buried on Sunday, they're not checking up on men for 7 days to always make one big